you don't need to kind of mindlessly drift into the accumulation of stuff and the derivation of self-worth and the signaling of one's worth by what one has. Instead, to kind of just mindfully realize that the free market offers all kinds of great stuff.
Hi, I'm Nick Gillespie with Reason TV, and today we're talking with William Irwin. He is a professor of philosophy at King's College in Pennsylvania and the author of The Free Market Existentialist, Capitalism Without Consumerism. You write that you are a lonely man because you are the only person who is both an existentialist and a libertarian or a free marketer. What do you mean by existentialist in this concept and free marketer?
I'm the only one in academic philosophy who I know who both identifies as an existentialist and as a libertarian, someone in favor of the free market. And why that is, I suppose, goes all the way back to the arch-existentialist Jean-Paul Sartre. And his early writing, which is what I draw on, is very much in favor of the individual and is very much apolitical. But after World War II, along with his French existentialist cohort, drifted toward socialism and indeed communism.
And Sartre was he was an apologist not just for Marxism, but for Stalinism and the Soviet Union for a very long time.
Yeah, and for Maoism in particular as well. It's just always puzzled me.
And then people take from that the idea that there must be some necessary connection between existentialism and kind of command economies.
That's right. It certainly seems that way within the academic realm, although I think anyone who simply reads the two traditions of existentialism and free market thinking on their own can see a natural link between them. Mm-hmm. But I like to say there's about as much in common between existentialism and socialism as there is between existentialism and cigarettes. Mm-hmm. They happen to go together sociologically in a certain time and place, but there's no logical connection.
And when you talk about free market stuff, you're talking about libertarianism. Define a little bit what you mean by libertarian in that context.
Essentially, the idea that the government should play only the role of protecting us from force, fraud, and theft, complete unfettered free markets in that way, as a way for allowing complete individual freedom and complete individual responsibility. The
subtitle of the book is Capitalism Without Consumerism. You're not against buying and selling stuff, but you are against consumerism. What do you mean by consumerism?
Well, by consumerism, I essentially mean buying without buying mindfully. Consumerism seems to be this almost addictive drive to find one's own worth and signal one's own worth to others by what one buys, and that conflicts with the existentialist imperative to define yourself and not be defined by what you buy or by outside forces.
Can I ask, though, is the charge of consumerism, which is usually seen as one of the ways to invalidate capitalism, is that it creates consumerism. Is it really a canard that is foisted on capitalism by kind of people who hate capitalism? Because, I mean, do we know many people who really are consumerists in the way that you describe it?
There certainly is a caricature of consumerism and the consumerist, which you'll find very few instances of, I suppose. But it can be sort of insidious, the way in which one takes a job of a certain kind and feels they need a certain car that goes along with that job and a certain zip code that goes along with that, etc. And I guess all I'm saying is that you don't need to kind of mindlessly drift into the accumulation of stuff and the derivation of self-worth and the signaling of one's worth by what one has. Instead, to kind of just mindfully realize that the free market offers all kinds of great stuff, but it also offers all kinds of tempting junk that may not be helpful to you.
Talk a little bit about how you stumbled into this. So this, I mean, it's kind of interesting. You're combining two areas. What, why are you interested in free markets and why in existentialism?
Yeah, so I stumbled into it, I suppose. I don't think that I'd be fortunate enough to be sitting here talking to you or to have a job in academia if my original plan was to promote free market existentialism, because the existentialist establishment wouldn't have me, that's for sure. So my original interest is in the philosophy of existentialism, and I like to be left alone. I like not to have a scripted life. I don't like to be told how to live. I've always thought politics was basically goofy, and wanted to be left alone from it. And I suppose the older I got, the more I realized I was not being left alone, both economically and socially, and became more interested in social philosophy and economics, and thought that I found the philosophy that the economics and social philosophy that dovetailed best with my existentialism was actually free market libertarianism.
Well, that is fascinating, and the book is The Free Market Existentialist, Capitalism Without Consumerism. Bill, thanks for talking to us.
Thanks so much, Nick.
We've been talking with William Irwin. He is the author of The Free Market Existentialist, Capitalism Without Consumerism. For Reason TV, I'm Nick Gillespie.